Hello everyone, welcome back to the map of mathematics. In this video, we are going to solve this nice math algebra problem. And here we have 2n plus 1 and its whole power n square minus 9 equals to 1. And we solve this problem for the values of n. So here, you remember one thing is that it is an exponential function in which we have base and exponent. A variable involves in base and exponent. So here we find some possibilities in which if we take any exponential function which gives us the answer is 1. So we have three possibilities here. So we divide this question solution in three cases. So our first case is or second case we write here, and third case we write here. So we divide the solution of this question in three cases. So in first case, I will get an option in which we have its answer is 1. So it is that if you have some number k and its exponent is 0, so it is always gives us the value 1. But here the condition is that our k cannot be equals to 0. So this is the first case in which we get the right hand side equals to 1. And now in the second case, if we take our base is 1 and exponent is k, so you get its answer equals to 1. And in third case, if we have negative number minus 1 and its exponent is some even number 2k, so it is also equals to 1. So here the condition is that our exponent 2k is must be an even number. So we have these three possibilities in which you get the right hand side is 1. So now we compare our given question statement in these three cases. So now first we solve, or first we move towards the case number 1. So in case number 1, we compare above left hand side of these two equations. So now first we compare left hand side with this left hand side. So you see that we have base or 2n plus 6 equals to k, and our exponent is n square minus 9, it is equals to 0. When we compare case number 1 with the given question solution, it gives us 2n plus 6 equals to k and our exponent n square minus 9 equals to 0. But in this question we need to find the value of n. So that here we just solve this equation, and in this equation we have n square minus 9, and we move this minus 9 to the right hand side and we get n square equals to 9. And here we take square root on both of the sides of this equation and we obtain in this way. So these 2 and square root are cancelled by each other and we get the value of n equals to plus minus 3. So this is the values of n which we get from the case number 1. And now in the second case, so before moving the second case, we first discuss the case number 1. In case number 1, here we write that the condition is k is not equals to 0. So now we first find the value of k and we check that it is not equals to 0. So that when we put the value of n in this equation, then we get the value of k. So when we put n equals to plus 3 in this equation, then we get the value of, this implies that the value of k equals to 3 to the 6 and 6 plus 6 is 12. So our 12 is not equals to 0. It means that n equals to 3 satisfy case number 1. And when we choose n equals to minus 3, so this implies that k equals to, when you substitute here, then we have minus 3 times of 2 is minus 6, and you have minus 6 plus 6, and we get k equals to 0. So you see here, we choose k to the power of 0 equals to 1 in that case if our k is not equal to 0. But if we choose n equals to minus 3, it gives us k equals to 0, so that we just choose here the positive value, because n equals to 3 satisfy the given condition, case number 1. So we have n equals to plus 3 be the solution of this equation, so we neglect the negative value. And now we move towards the second case, and in second case we compare the second case is 1 to the power of k equals to 1, and we compare the second case in the left hand side of this equation. So we have our base is 2n plus 6 is 1, and our exponent n square minus 9 equals to k. So we write it here. So this will becomes 2n plus 6 equals to 1, and n square minus 9 equals to k. So in the second case we cannot have any condition in k, like in case 1 we have condition in k is k not equal to 0, so that here we free to solve this equation. So we just solve this one and we get the value of n, so that we have 2n equals to minus 5, because we move plus 6 in the right hand side, and it will becomes 1 minus 6 is minus 5, and we get the value of n is minus 5 over 2. So in case number 2 we get the value of n is minus 5 over 2. And now we move towards the third case, and in third case we now compare the left hand side of third case to the left hand side of the given question statement. So here we have, this is our third case, and this is the given question statement. So in this case we have 2n plus 6 is minus 1, and n square minus 9 equals to 2k. But here we remember one thing is that our 2k, or simply you say that our exponent of this equation must be even. So first we find the value of n here and we check this condition. So after comparing case number, the left hand side of case 3 and given equation, we get the output in this form: 2n plus 6 equals to minus 1. This is the base, and when we compare exponents it will be equals to n square minus 9 equals to 2k. And you remember one thing is that our 2k is must be an even number. So now first we find the value of n from here, and you see that we have the value of n is 2n equals to minus 1 and minus 6 equals to minus 7, and n equals to minus 7 over 2. So in this case we get the value of n equals to minus 7 over 2. And now we put the value of n here and we check that is 2k is even or not. So that we substitute n equals to minus 7 over 2 here, and you see that we have minus 7 over 2 square. So the square of minus 7 is 49, and square of 2 is 4 minus 9 equals to 2k. So here when we take the LCM of this term, then you obtain the answer in this form: 13 over 4 equals to 2k. So that here you see that over 2k cannot be even number. Okay, so here over 2k is not an even number, and we write it as 2k is not belongs to even numbers. So n equals to minus 7 over 2 is not solution of given equation. So that we rejected our case number 3 because it cannot satisfy the given question or given condition of case 3. So here we have the solution of this question is, the final conclusion is that we have two solutions. The first is n equals to plus 3, and the second solution is n equals to minus 5 over 2. So we have these two solutions of the given question, and this is the final answer. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye bye.